So, Hot Toys is doing the Batmobile from the Batman. What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay from Brother Cousins Toy Reviews, and that's right, I am back with the news. Okay, so late last night, Hot Toys dropped some heat on us. Yes, they did show us this earlier last week. It was a little preview of the Batmobile from the Batman. And I mean, we all saw that before. We saw Hot Toys do this before where they would show something and never release it. They've done this with the 1966 Batmobile. They've also done this with the Millennium Falcon cockpit. We've seen this before. Um, but to be honest with you, I really think they're going to release this thing. Let's take a look at the picture and boom. Yeah, so here's the image that they posted last night of the Batmobile from Batman. We just see the back part of the car with that rocket engine that it had in it, and this thing was mind-blowing. In the film, it was great. It was a a great highlight of the movie. And I really think Hot Toys is going to actually make this one. And the reason why I'm saying this, if you look at how far they're going in with the Batman line, they're going pretty deep with it. You got the figure with the bat signal, with all the different bases. It's like three different versions or four different versions of the figure, right? So I'm really thinking that is a big telltale sign that they're actually going to make this. They actually showed us a bike too. It'll be interesting to see what they're going to do with the bike. Are they actually going to make that bike, or are they going to not make it, or is it just going to, have to something that you have to go to a third party and get? Here's the thing. Jazz Inc. was working on one as well. Jazz Inc. Actually has a license right now for Warner Brothers products, the Batman. So, which is distributed by the Batman. So they actually were building one, and Yost was actually in his Facebook group was actually showing the development, very aggressively showing the development, which was kind of weird to me that he was being so aggressive with it. Maybe he knew something, maybe he didn't. I believe he released a video this morning talking about it. Yost from Jazz Inc. He was talking about it this morning, and he's pretty much torn on, is he still going to actually make it? Is he going to make his version now that Hot Toys are doing theirs? And I feel kind of bad for the guy. I do. His version would cost probably about $500 more. I think he said it's about $15.99. It's going to be about $15.99 if he does it, or $14.99 if he goes to production with it. Whereas Hot Toys can be anywhere from about 800 to 1,000. Looks like I would say that this would probably be on there 800, 850. Listen, got a cost for inflation. It'd probably be around that price point. Hot Toys has way more. They have way more facilities. They have way more people that are willing to buy it, and way more materials. So they can actually produce way more. They can produce anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 or 50,000 of these if they want, depending on the popularity and how the vehicle sells. So they can produce way more, which makes the price of the actual product cheaper. Yost can probably do, I don't know, a couple of thousand, maybe a 5,000 run, maybe a 10,000 run at the best, because he still is a smaller company, even though he is. He actually has he's an official license. He has the official license to do the work. He's still a very small company, which means he would have to charge more. If he doesn't do it, I mean, me personally, I would suggest him not to do it, because I think everybody's going to jump for the cheaper option. I mean, you're talking about $1,500, and if this one with shipping, the actual price of the product, taxes and shipping is about $1,000, so people are paying about about $500 to $600 more. So I think people are going to actually buy the Hot Toys version. But here's the thing: That's if Hot Toys actually makes it. We've seen this before. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the 1966 Batmobile never made it. He never made it. Yost is making it. The Millennium Falcon, they showed it. They showed it at, I believe, at two cons. They never made it. Yost made it. And, I know some people out there probably don't care for Yost's products or the quality or the turnaround time or the different versions of the products that he does. The thing of it is, he's a small company. Yes, he's getting paid lots of money to do these projects. But the thing of it is, when you cost in time and materials, that money just gets eaten away. So, and it's like any crowdfunding type of thing. If you want something, people would have to put the money down to buy it. It's the same thing that Hasbro kind of does with HasLab. Even though those pieces are quite cheaper than the stuff that Yost is building. But think of it like this. If you want a 1989 Batjet, or what is it called? A 1989 Batwing, which is probably big as this whole room, you're going to have to pay for it. I'm sorry, because most people are not going to be able to make that. It's just not, they're not going to be able to make that. So you got to pay to get it. When it comes to the cockpit, I was heartbroken when Hot Toys didn't produce the Millennium Falcon for reasons. They didn't produce it because the shipping, the cost of materials probably wasn't going to be cost effective for them to do that at that time. And you got to understand, in Hong Kong and in China and stuff, they don't buy those big, the space is very limited. So they don't buy those great big pieces like that. So Hot Toys, really, they're catering to the American market to bring these bigger vehicles and these bigger pieces out. Because in Hong Kong, they don't sell well. Even the DeLorean set. The DeLorean set, as much as it's a grail now, it's set. People didn't have the space for it. So you got to pay to play. So I don't understand why people have problems with Jazz Inc. or Jazz Inc.'s products, whatever. Different variations. Yeah, I get it. There's different versions of the Falcon cockpit that he did. And some of them weren't that great. I will admit that, but it eventually got there. Mine's is great. I love it. I love mine. Mine is one of the best. It's probably one of the best things that I own. I cherish that a lot. And just to see those 1/6 scale figures inside of it, mwah, chef's kiss. It's amazing. Here's the thing though. If Hot Toys would have did it, probably would have did it better than what Yost did. And that's just, and I know that's messed up to say, but it's the truth. They have more access to materials. They have more direct access. So they probably would have did a better job than what Yost did. But here it is. It doesn't exist. Hot Toys Millennium Falcon cockpit doesn't exist at all. Jazz Inc. does. And it's pretty damn good. Do I feel it's worth the money that I paid for it? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a one of a kind. It's specially made. It's handcrafted, made by him. And I got it. And I love it. So yes, I think I even sent a message to him on his page. I said, hey, I would buy this again. If I could afford it and had a space, I probably would have bought another one just because I love the piece. With that being said, the Batmobile versus Hot Toys, the Batmobile, I think Hot Toys wins. Hot Toys would definitely win it. Cheaper pricing. They'll probably get more things correct than he could get at that time. Well, he has the official license now, so who knows? But there's also a chance that his Batmobile could be better than Hot Toys. You may pay more money, but he may put in more work into certain things. Shoot, Hot Toys cuts corners. As much as I love the DeLorean, I still had to put stickers on it. What took me back to like childhood in a cool, good way, but also I'm like, I paid $1,000 at the time. I was like, I paid $1,000 for this. Should I really be putting stickers on this? Jazz Inc., not so much. So you gotta pick your poison. So in some ways, I would understand if Yost backed out the project. I would completely understand it. In other ways, I'm like, hey, let them have it. that's it with that conversation. But here's another thing about Hot Toys, which is so smart. You see that we're getting more vehicles now. You see that we're getting uh better bases with our figures. You see that they're improving the head sculpts. This is all reactionary. They're trying to stay on top of that mountain, which if you have any business, that's what you got to do. So I really think they're going to actually make this. I really think they're going to do it this time. I really do. But it would be a shame if they show this, Yost bows out the project, and then they don't do it. That's going to suck. That would be a kick in the teeth, and I think a lot of people will be pissed off with Hot Toys if they did that. So that's got me thinking that they are going to do that. They definitely are. They know what's going on. They see Yost, and they're probably intimidated seeing that Yost was awarded that official license from Warner Brothers. So they were like, "Hey, we got first dibs. Let's do ours," and they're going to do it. So, I mean, I would say it's good for the collectors because now we have options are always good for collections, good for collectors, especially when it comes to our pockets. So this the Batmobile would probably be the best for collectors because hey, $500 with shipping $600 or $700, that's a Grail, that's 2 to 3 Hot Toys figures. And I mean, come on, we all about, I mean, we like to spend money and buy our collectibles, but we do want to save money, and you do have to buy responsibly. That's the thing. You do have to buy responsibly. You just can't throw money away willy-nilly. So I definitely understand. So I think this is good for collectors. I'm glad that they're doing it. It does suck for Yost, but I mean, hey, that's business. There's other products for him to tackle. They're not going to make a 1989 Batwing. They're not going to make it. They're not going to make a snow speeder. They're not. But he is, and I think that's where his money is. Him trying to take on like these types of vehicles, not so much. He should stick to the bigger stuff and the dioramas. That's the stuff that we want from Jazz Inc. These like cars like Batmobiles and DeLoreans and stuff like that, because I know he was talking about doing the DeLorean. He needs to stay away from that. His whole thing was, if Hot Toys don't do it, I will. That's what I think, not exactly their mission statement, but that's pretty much what Jazz Inc. was back in the day. Now that he's getting official licenses to like Warner Brothers, of course he wants to take on these things, and he should be able to if he's, he should be able to grow, absolutely. But Hot Toys is established, and they're giving us better pricing, so it is what it is, and that's what it is. But anyway, guys, that's my video for today. I got the Batgirl coming later today, and that's going to be with the whole new setup, all red reviews. Not all my reviews are going to be in red, but for certain figures, definitely. And this one looks good. And this one, I'm blown away by how good Batgirl is. I didn't think she was going to be that great of a figure. I reviewed it. It's my brother's figure, but I think I'm gonna have to cop it, which will lead me down a whole other path. But whatever, future J problems. But anyway, guys, remember, like, comment, subscribe, bang that bell for notifications and all that good stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace, and we are out.